Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Den.
I'm Deb.
And together we are
D2 Destinations.
So come along to this week's destination. This week we are in downtown St. Petersburg for the tall ships. A total of 6 of the mega tall ships have come to town, including the Neo Trinidad, which you see right here. The Neo Trinidad is a replica of the Santa Maria from Christopher Columbus's 1492 fleet that crossed the Atlantic to come to America. From the crow's nest would be an optimal view for today's display of the tall ships, but the crew is not letting us go up there today. And they're going to race from here to Galveston, Texas, once they finish up the show here. So welcome aboard. This is amazing to think that you would be on a ship like this crossing the Atlantic Ocean, yet they are going to sail this back to Spain after they're done here in the United States. Down into the galley we go to turn around backwards down these stairs. The Neo Trinidad was the flagship of the first sailing around the world from 1519 to 1522. What an incredible journey. The reconstruction of the Neo Trinidad was completed with pine, oak, and Iroko wood by hand. It was handcrafted over a term of 14 months to make this beautiful ship what it is today. Now we're going to head upstairs.
Up there.
Awesome, let's go up here and check this out. There's a better breeze up top. Wow, look at this. This is amazing. Might lose my hat up here, it's getting kind of windy. Looks like the rudder. Right there. Give it a go. Sure. Just do it. Yay! Wow, there's the tiller from up above. Comes down here to move the rudder. That is very, very cool. Here's the view from almost up to the top of the back of the deck with the tiller. And up we go. Oh, wow. This is the climb. And it's getting pretty windy up here. Now up here in the breeze in the back of the ship, it is just tremendous. What a ship. And to imagine racing across the Atlantic on this thing. Wow. It all started with the spice trade, taking goods around the world, and to defend it, they had cannons on board. And now to see some other ships that are here. And here we have the Pride of Baltimore. Here we see why these are called the tall ships. Look at the size of those masts. The Pride of Baltimore doesn't have quite the beam of the Neo Trinidad, but it is significantly longer. This ship has plenty of cargo area. While the tall ships were in town, local sailing establishments took patrons around the harbor to see all the ships. It's amazing being on these ships. There's a bunch of people here today, but this one is getting pretty full as well. And they've got the entrance to the marina closed off with the police boats today. Can you imagine climbing up to that crow's nest to untangle some of the lines in high winds? Me personally, no thank you. With cannons on board. Look at that. Wow. Making sure nobody gets near here to steal anything. All 6 ships are here until Tuesday, when they take off and race off to Galveston, Texas. Here we see the majestic Elissa, which is a very, very long sailing tall ship. Turning on to the Elissa. The Elissa was built in 1877, and it is 205 feet from the stern to the bow of this tall ship. It's amazing. All these lines have a specific purpose, and keeping them all neat and tidy is one big job. This has been an amazing day with these tall ships, so next time they're in town, come on out and see them. The Elissa from 1877, and now, one way to get around St. Petersburg while you're here is by bicycle. We just threw the bikes in the back of the truck, and that makes it an easy way to go from the marina towards the pier. Here we see a tiki hut on the water, and if you don't bring your bike, you can always take the tram to go out and see the pier. This was newly designed just a couple years ago. While you're up top, it appears like you're on a cruise ship because water surrounds you almost all the way around the structure. And speaking of cruise ships, there's one off in the distance leaving Tampa. And of course, one of the other big events in town is the St. Pete Grand Prix. This is actually turn 10 of the Grand Prix, clipping the apex and heading towards the main straightaway, which is actually the Albert Whitted main runway. On race day, this is Gasoline Alley, leading from the garages out to the pits, which are just this side of Albert Whitted's runway. You can see the lines here, still from the exit of pit row. Looking 180 degrees in the opposite direction, this is where the Indy cars exit pit row, and they scream up towards what is turn 3 on 1st Street Southeast. You'll recall this last year's race, once they turned this right-hand corner here by that tour bus, there was a huge accident where one of the cars flew over the other. Thanks for coming along on the expedition to see the tall ships and where the Indy cars run the St. Pete Grand Prix. We appreciate you coming along. We'll see you next time on D2 Destinations. Thank you for watching D2 Destinations. Please remember to like and subscribe for notification of the next destination. It's free. We will see you at the next destination. Until then, you take care.